Hi, hello.
Welcome you all to
90?
class.
Namaste. Hey guys, my name is Pawan and I am a Manchester United fan.
Hey, my name is Rahul and I'm a Liverpool fan.
We are here to collab over the latest PL updates.
We would bring to you the latest news over the transfers, pre-season, and the upcoming Premier League season.
Hope you all will enjoy our discussions and support our attempts. We are almost near the start of the season, and what's more interesting than the transfers we got for this season?
Yeah, Pawan, what else other than the biggest transfer of the season? Erling Haaland to Manchester City. The reigning Premier League champions signing the biggest prospect on the world football just to make them more deadly, more dangerous, and more eager to win the Champions League that they are craving for from long.
I don't think he is the number one signing of the season.
Yeah, I think Darwin Núñez from Liverpool is going to challenge him, but he's
I don't.
sure he will
I
actually take the Premier League by storm.
I don't think he'll make that much of a big impact for Man City. Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
player for a team like Dortmund, maybe, or for maybe even if he comes to Man United, but not for City. I think so. But let's see. I
yeah,
think they have done a very good thing. They bought it. They bought him in early in the
true,
transfer
true.
window. They didn't make too much delay like United are doing. And they bought him for around 60 mil to 70 million, I guess, if I'm not
I
wrong.
think it's 75 million euros, but they were lacking a striker. Guardiola was craving for a striker from long, but I guess he finally got his hands on the most gifted prospect in world football right now, Erling Haaland. And I think
Yeah,
it will do goods for them. But yes, a guy may not make a big difference because it's already a superhuman team. And they already signed a backup for Rodri, who is still young, and this brought in Calvin Phillips, who is a very good central defensive midfield player. And let's see how City is gonna challenge for the Champions League, which which they always want to get their hands on.
yeah, that's the one thing that they have not been able to achieve so far. They got their hands on everything except the Champions League.
Yeah,
So yeah, they obviously made their team very stronger this year. And with the
true,
inclusion
true.
of Haaland, I think most of the teams will fear them. Let's see, let's see how we'll do for
Right.
City.
And Liverpool also
And
statement signing by breaking their records, signing records. Darwin Núñez from Benfica to Liverpool.
yeah,
They
I think that's a steal.
they all
We were planning for him all from January, and not from January, but from 2 3 months, and Liverpool entered in this.
you pretty well know
Yeah,
that whoever Liverpool goes for becomes for Liverpool.
for now,
It's that
for
time of
now,
that
for
time
now,
for Liverpool right now. They're on an upward trend, and surely whoever they go for, they come to Liverpool. Darwin Núñez is an excellent striker, very gifted striker who scores goals like crazy for Benfica. But let's hope he replicates his form for Liverpool in the Premier League, which is one of the toughest league in the world. And they already
yeah,
bought him
he had just
January
one
as a
season.
replacement for Mane.
Looking at him, he looks like a very he has a very bright future at Liverpool, obviously. And I think he and Haaland are a similar type of players, both physical, both tall, both deadly strikers of the ball. Both are relatively
True.
fast. I think there's going to be a one-on-one comparison on these two players this season.
Very true. Very true. It was the
And
same.
obviously, both will be under very high pressure. Uh,
Right.
I mean,
The price tags.
they may not contribute to that much to the team, but still, they are the two best strikers available in the market this season.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. So let's see.
Right. Right. They both went head on head last weekend for the Community Shield, and Darwin Núñez came on top and brought Liverpool the Community Shield.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Expecting Erling Haaland to actually showcase himself to the Premier League, but things went
Er-
different. And I, on the other side of the field, scored and won the Community Shield for Liverpool.
yeah, Erling Haaland is the sitter in that match.
Right. He missed a couple of sitters. But yeah,
Yeah,
it happens. He's bringing with himself a huge price tag, which brings a lot of pressure. But I think he will adjust. Pep Guardiola, he will mold him to be an excellent deadly striker, which he's already pretty much
Yeah,
right there.
even he was to come to Man United.
Right, right.
See how bad the business is for Man United this season.
It's all about the
Whatever,
board as well.
yeah, it's the board alone. Whatever they look at is either being stolen by other club or for some reason it's getting dragged on.
Right, right.
It's a
But
disaster of a transfer
count
season
out,
this year.
just don't count out Mo Salah. He just signed a huge lucrative deal that he was looking for. And all the focus is on Erling Haaland and Darwin Núñez to get their hands on the golden boot. But never count out Mo Salah. He is in the form of his life. He's the
So
main
yeah,
guy who's always been the main guy from last couple of years. But now he is the deadly guy who is out of the uh, discussions surrounding himself with this transfer news, and finally he signed a huge lucrative deal, and he's gonna show hell to the defenders in Premier League this season.
let's see.
Yeah, and don't take out Tottenham, the Spurs.
Yeah, Tottenham has done very good
Conte.
business, and with Conte, yeah, they look very
They
dangerous.
have
Obviously,
they made huge signings in the form of Ivan Perisic, Richarlison.
correct.
They made
Yeah,
real.
true.
Let's see. They're gonna show. They're gonna perform well.
Who do you
And
think? Who do you think will play on the front three for Liverpool starting 11 in the starting
Liverpool is
11?
gonna be Luis Diaz, and it might start with Roberto Firmino until David Nunes adjusts himself to the team, and then Mo Salah. But once Nunes adjusts himself to the
So
team,
Jota will not start.
I don't think he's gonna start right away because he's just getting his life adjusted to the Liverpool, and he's just getting his playing style adjusted to Klopp's gegenpressing. But I think it's gonna be Firmino if he's fit. Firmino, Diaz, and Salah the front three for Liverpool this season.
Yeah, but Firmino did not play most of the last season, right? He was always coming on and
Yes,
off the
it's
bench.
because Mane was playing as a striker. Jota was already there as a backup. But now Jota is injured. Mane has left to Bayern Munich, which is a huge signing for Bayern Munich. And then Nunes is still adapting to life in England. And Firmino, I think he's going to lead the lineup for Liverpool.
So how do you think? How successful would you think he'll be, Firmino?
I think whoever falls into the Klopp's hand will surely be molded into a world-class player. He's already a deadly striker. Let's make sure he will turn out to be a Lewandowski or Aubameyang kind of player who were molded under Klopp. So I'm hoping the same with this. I'm expecting a Suarez kind of era for him, a Uruguayan player as well, who scores a lot of goals, who is technically gifted, and who will develop like crazy under Klopp. Let's hope. I think Liverpool and City will run away with the top two again, but you never know. Antonio Conte Spurs, you never know. He will turn out teams to beat the best of the best in the Premier League, and he's a season champion. Wherever he goes, he wins trophies. Let's see how he transforms Spurs to challenge Liverpool and City.
Yeah, Spurs. Yeah, I think, yeah, but I do not think he will make that much of an impact because of the way they play. I think they might win they might win a trophy, but winning the league, playing like that week in week out, I don't think it's. I don't think they will make a huge. Maybe they will finish in top four, but I don't think they have any chance of fighting for the top two places.
I'm edging Spurs for the third position behind Liverpool and Manchester City because of Antonio Conte alone. So he already transformed Spurs last season from a team outside top six. He made them a Champions League group stage, which is a huge.
Yeah, that was because of the shit form that United were in, not because of Antonio Conte's greatness or something else. Yeah, he's a good coach. I'm not saying he's a bad one, but the thing is, the style he plays suits the league, not a trophy kind of a championship like the Champions Trophy or the Europa League, where they play a team only. They play different teams, but here the English football is completely different. Playing defensive football week in week out, I think it's going to be more of a Mourinho style of football. So how many matches did Mourinho win? at
But I'm
Tottenham.
not counting out Conte because he won
Yeah, we cannot
Premier League
count
with
out.
Chelsea in his
He
first
will,
season.
yeah, he will squeeze out results. That's for sure.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, I agree with you.
but
I don't think
fighting
he's
for
gonna
top
win
two
the
is
Premier League.
very far from now.
Yeah, yeah, true. But I agree with you 100%. But he's not gonna win the Premier League, but he's gonna challenge. He's gonna push the top two, which none of the teams were able to do until a couple of seasons back. Like, so it's gonna be a tough fight. Again, it's a two-horse race for the title, but never counted contest Spurs and
So
Arteta's Arsenal.
Perisic, no, let's start with Perisic.
Players from
Perisic,
City.
Perisic, how do you think he'll impact? He was a good player 3 years back, 2-3 years back.
Perisic is a good player, but I'm not sure how he fits in the Premier League. It's hard
Yeah,
because he has
and
played in the Bundesliga.
he was good 2-3 years back, not now.
Yeah, he
I
played in the
mean,
Bundesliga and then he was a success in the Inter Milan squad as well. But Premier League is a whole different beast. The
yeah,
defender, physical game, it's all at the different level compared to Bundesliga. Not taking anything away from them, but it's a whole different level to what he has played until now. So I kind of feel it's gonna be hard for him to adapt to life in the Premier League. But let's see, because we already have deadly wingers. Let's see how he
true.
performs.
Yeah, and I think Richarlison, I was shocked when they signed Richarlison. There were talks that he would come to Man United, but I prayed that he should not come to Man United because, yeah, he's a good player, but the top four player, I don't think so.
He said not
And I'm not sure how he will adjust with Harry Kane. Maybe he's a backup striker, or I don't think he'll play along with Harry Kane. If he does, I don't know how how the synergy is going to be between them. I doubt it.
I think they bought him as a backup for the front three. It's he straight away is not gonna play in the playing 11, but I think he's gonna play. He's gonna play as backup for the front three, and if you never know, like if they want to rest Son or Kane, they might make him play in the front three. But
Yeah,
yes,
Son.
he's a good technician, but he carries ego as if he already won a Golden Boot or a Ballon d'Or. But
yeah, true.
right? That's how it is because he has
Yeah.
come from Everton. He has come from the other side of Merseyside, who actually hate, and that is how it is. But yeah, I hope he has a good season with Tottenham. But still, he's not going to play in the top 11 for sure. I guess so.
Yeah, and the thing very surprising this season was Son was not even talked about by any team in this season. He had a great last season, but I don't know why
Klopp
no
was
one
behind him.
talks about him, or whether Tottenham would place a very high fee. I don't know why nobody's talking about Son leaving to Spanish club like Real Madrid or Barcelona or maybe Bayern
Son,
Munich.
I think
Or
Son is untouchable behind Kane because Klopp was going for him, but I think Spurs are not going to let him go for the Premier League rival because he's a Klopp kind of a player, very very aggressive. He's fast and he scores goals with both the foot. So he's a very good kind of. Yeah, I'm surprised as well, like you, like why Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern Munich haven't gone for him.
Even PSG could have gone. Maybe
come
they're
on,
trying to
PSG is already a
offload.
star-studded team. They don't have a place.
They are looking to offload Neymar soon, according to the news at least.
It was
So
the news,
maybe
but I
yeah,
think with the new manager Galtier, he's gonna make Neymar as a central figure in his team. That's what the rumors are. And they even went for Lewandowski, where he opted for Barca. But it was a surprise. I don't know where they're gonna fit in Lewandowski as well. With already, they already have Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, and I don't know where they're gonna fit him. But yeah, it's gonna be a good season for Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe together under the new manager.
Yeah, I don't expect much from Neymar. I think there was a lot of hope on him all these years. Maybe he was in PSG for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's been
and
like
every
5 years.
every season he's been a big disappointment for his fans. I mean, he's living a lot off the pitch, but on the pitch he's maybe he's sparking up in 1 or 2 matches, but after that nothing from him. Right. He was believed to be the next top player in the world at one point, but he's 31 now, I guess.
Right, due to injuries and off
Yeah,
pitch,
injuries are one thing.
he has lost his charm. He has been taunted by his own fans for lack of commitment and discipline to PSG. But I think, yeah, he's already beyond age, beyond 30, I guess, or 30, and
31
he's
years, I think.
fine. And I don't think he's not gonna. He actually didn't use the skill or the talent that he has, like how Messi and Ronaldo did. And if he would have back then, he would have certainly been one of the best players in the world behind Messi and Ronaldo. But I think he moved to PSG to be out of Messi shadows, but unfortunately he
Oh,
went Mbappe shadows. But that's the harsh reality.
yeah, one more thing for PSG, maybe they'll be highly dependent on Messi this season. They'll be expecting him to blast off. The last season, he was adjusting from the Barca's tragedy,
Right,
and this year there are high hopes on Messi, not just from PSG, from his fans all around the world.
right.
So I hope he plays good this season.
And I think this is the last season for Messi's contract at PSG, and Laporte, the Barcelona president, as well as coach Xavi, they're looking to bring him back to Barca to
Yeah,
give,
we'll talk about Barca next. There's a lot to
yeah,
talk about.
to give him a
I
grand farewell ending
they
because
have to
he's
they
the kind
have
of player
to
who deserves.
they
Who
have to
deserves
make a suspense thriller movie on Barca, how they're managing all these signings and all.
it.
So let's talk
They have
about
been
it
activating
towards the
the
end.
financial levers. They have been selling their rights for next 15, 20 years. They have been arranging. They have been hosting the wedding meetings and wedding parties in their stadium, which is never heard of at such a big club. But it is how it is because of the old president Bertomeu, who actually corrupted, who
Yeah,
actually was
let's
corruption
let
and all the
yeah
that club. Yeah,
let's put Barca episode towards the end. There's a lot to discuss there.
sure,
So let's come back
right.
to PL Premier League. We talked about Man City, Liverpool, and Tottenham. So
And
we,
let's
we
get back
missed
to
out.
United. Let's get back to the
We missed
Manchester
out
United.
Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea first.
Yeah, Chelsea is like a kid who actually goes and finds a lollipop or a chocolate, and a big guy comes and grabs it from his hand. That's the kind of
Actually, for Chelsea, this is a taste of their own medicine in some sense because they used to do the same thing earlier. They used
right.
to pull away transfers, but this season,
They're
Barcelona,
getting their own medicine.
they have been what's it whipped by everyone. Whomever
Right.
they have their eyes on, they end up in some other club.
They went for
So
Lewandowski. He went to Barcelona. They went for Julius Koundé. He went for Barcelona. They went
they
for
went to Rafinha. He went to
Rafinha.
Barcelona.
And they wanted to sign Dembele from Barcelona, and he signed a contract extension.
Correct. So,
Like players were taunting Chelsea, and Chelsea are having a nightmare of a transfer window for the
yeah,
first time.
Chelsea is a decent team. I don't know why they are choosing Barcelona. Or that maybe because of the history, or I don't know, because of
I would say
the
they're choosing
emotion.
Barcelona for Xavi and his ideology on the project because they're going to Barcelona on a less salary. Don't forget it.
True,
Compared to what
yeah.
offering, very less salary compared to what Chelsea is offering, and Chelsea is under new ownership, and I'm not sure if they have a proper roadmap or not. I'm not sure if they have. And my bet is going to be on Thomas Tuchel to be sacked, to be the first Premier League manager to be sacked. If this is how the transfer market
Whoa,
is going,
whoa, whoa.
that's huge
Let's
bet.
see.
But
Let's
I'm
see.
I'm going for it because they don't have good players right now. Yes, they did bring in Sterling from Manchester City. Yes, they did bring in Koulibaly from Napoli, but they don't have a strong back four. And I'm not sure where they're going to play in Sterling because they already have a solid front three or front four. And going to be upset if Sterling plays. Yes, he's going to play straight away because
They
he's well
they do
proven
not
Premier
have
League.
an out and out striker as well. I mean, they have Timo
Yeah.
Werner, obviously, but
But there's a rumor that Timo Werner is going back to Leipzig. Let's see
okay.
how
Then
it.
who is the striker they have? They don't have anyone else, right?
They don't have a striker. They don't have. They
Cami
loan
went to Roma.
to Inter
This
Milan.
guy loaned to Inter Milan. This guy, if he goes to Leipzig, then who is there? I think there'll be someone from the academy or what?
I doubt if they're going to play Sterling as a striker. You never know. But if this is how
Mm.
transfer window is going to end, it's going to be very hard for them to even reach the top four. And with
I
a new,
don't think I don't think this is how it went for them. They have poked their fingers into De Jong deal now. There have been reports today, recent as today, that they are in deep contacts with Barcelona over De Jong. I think they're trying to steal De Jong from Man United.
right,
So I think there is a high chance that Frenkie De Jong is going to get hijacked by Chelsea. If that happens, they will have a very good midfielder, but I don't know how committed he'll be with all this drama going on with Barcelona. And the Man United fans will be pissed off if he goes to Chelsea. They'll be okay if he stays at Barcelona, but if he goes to Chelsea, they'll be pissed off with the board. And
United are having a nightmare of a couple of years from the days from the post Sir Alex Ferguson era. It was fine, but now they're very bad transfer market.
Alex Ferguson managed somehow under this board. I do not know how he was. Maybe he was very strategic and talented to manage this board. I don't know how he was successful, but after Fergie, it was a disaster for Man United.
But I'm not sure if Frenkie De Jong is going to be a success in Premier League. I have my doubts on him because,
I think
he's a huge success in Ajax, and then he's playing well in Barcelona. But you need that physical stature in order to succeed in the Premier League, and I'm not sure if he's physically strong enough to deal with players like Fabinho or Rodri or Calvin Phillips or a couple of other players, even from Spurs and Chelsea, like Kante, N'Golo Kante, and Jorginho. So
we'll never know until he comes and plays here. But physicality, we need someone else beside him. We do not have any option as well. We have Fred McTominay or Donny van der Beek if De Jong comes to Man United to play along with him. McTominay is very physical, but he cannot play the ball. He cannot pass forward. He can run forward and score a few goals in few matches, but he cannot take the ball from the back from the defense and pass it to the final third or pass to the attackers or to Bruno or someone else or Eriksen who is in front of him. He can just go and play physically and pass the ball sideways or backwards. That's all. So we cannot have him.
United,
we cannot have him in all the games. He's if he plays, I think it will be same as he were in the last couple of seasons. We need Donny is playing well, but if you play Donny and De Jong together, I think both of them they can steal the ball, but they can't be physical. They have rappers, but they can't be physical. Both are Both are tall, but I have never seen any of them being very physical. Like the way McTominay does.
Both are good height, but not as tall as McTominay or Matic or Pope.
They're good height. We need.
I think Ten Hag is going to bring in his entire Ajax team back to Manchester United because already how best they can play, how they can coordinate.
And also I think Man United board can't do anything more.
Yeah.
They have got who I forgot his name already. The temporary coach manager, who was that?
Ralph Rangnick.
Ralph Rangnick. Yeah, they got him. He had good connections with fewer clubs. They should have kept him at least in the consultancy role. That's what they promised when they bought him. But and he
left.
He was very liked by the fans as well because he was the only manager who was very honest with the fans, what the condition the team was. All the managers before him were trying to cover it up, saying everything is fine, and they're backing the board. But he was the first one to actually project what's happening in the dressing room, what's happening on the pitch, what's happening with the board. He should have been there, and he has very good connection with few clubs. Even though he got the Austrian job, he told he will maintain both. In some press conference, I think the board were pissed off at him for exposing them, and that's why they.
I think it's because the players were against him because he's openly.
Yeah, players were against him. Yeah, players are against him, but you do not need a coach who supports the players even when they are doing something wrong, even when they're not playing good. If it's a player's problem, you have to tell the players. If the player can't adjust to the coach,
but I think it's high time. I think it's high time for Man United to actually revamp their entire squad because
That's not
as
going to
a
happen. You saw,
United, you
right?
pretty well
You
know
saw,
that.
right? We got a new coach in Ten Hag. They
Right.
promised a full revamp of the team. You see whom they bought. They bought a backup left back who is playing good. Yeah, he's playing good, but he's backup. There are two left backs before him. They bought a defender. We already have five defenders at the team, out of which three are never playing. Varane is always almost injured. Phil Jones, I've never seen him play. Only for two matches he played, I guess, in the last season. Eric Bailly, even his fit, they'll not let him play. Only options we got are Maguire and Lindelof, and they bought Lisandro Martinez. I hope he'll start.
The England's captain.
Yeah, the England's captain. Yeah, I hope Lisandro Martinez will start. I don't know who will replace. They announced Maguire as a captain, and whom else they bought? They bought Ericsson. They
Christian
bought.
Eriksen, yeah.
They bought. Yeah, we need a defender. That's sure. I think Lisandro Martinez will do well. And apart from Lisandro Martinez, both the signings were luxury signings to say. I mean, we do not need them right now. We have more. We have other positions which are in demand, which we need for this season. Without filling them, buying a third left back and one more, what's the attacking midfielder. I don't know. Like, yeah, he was on three. He can be an asset. Ericsson. He's proved in Premier League. He can be an asset to the team. But without signing, we needed at least two midfielders this season, not the attacking midfielders. I mean, the proper midfielders like De Jong and
Right.
some other one. They didn't get even one. They're struggling with De Jong to get De Jong. The thing with Man
It's been a
United
long
is,
saga. It's been a long saga from
yeah,
3 months.
very long. The thing with United is they will keep dragging in hope of reducing the fee. At the end, they'll pay high fee. Same happened with Bruno. Same happened with Sancho. Bruno for half a year, he was signed half year late. Sancho was signed 1 year late for the same high fee. I do not understand why they are trying to drag it to the end. They lost
Right.
Nunez, they lost Haaland. Now they are looking at the RB Salzburg player, I guess, Sesko, Benjamin Sesko. And today we have a news that Liverpool is looking at him. I don't know why they are looking at him. I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's real news.
I don't think Liverpool are going to sign any other attackers.
Yeah. So yeah, they're looking at him. How many days do you need to sign a forward from Salzburg? You need, and we are starting. We are almost at the start of the season. Season starts next Saturday. I mean this Saturday.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I'm not sure.
transfer deadline is towards the end of this month, but still, you need all your key players to be in the squad from pre-season.
United
Yeah.
certainly don't have playing 11, a good playing 11 right now.
Yeah, we got a coach. Most of the fans wanted in Eric Ten Hag. All the things, the only thing that board needs to do was to support him. They failed in that
Right.
terribly,
I
as they were
think
failing all these past
needs to be
years.
blamed for.
They failed
Certainly,
even this
candidate
year.
board who needs to be blamed for because they bought in a good
Yeah, I think there will
with
be
a vision.
a huge outburst from the fans. I think it will be bigger than last season. Last season, few games were to be postponed because of that. I think
I think
this
it's gonna
year,
happen if Frankie De Jong ends up at Chelsea. It's surely gonna happen.
yeah, it doesn't matter if you do not get a midfield. I think it will be there. If Cristiano Ronaldo
Right.
leaves, that's another big story. If Cristiano Ronaldo leaves, if you do not bring another striker in, if you do not bring midfielders in, that's all. Hell is going to break loose this season for Man United.
I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo and Ten Hag are gonna be on the same page for sure because Ten Hag has openly given a statement saying that he's not fit and he's not match ready and he needs to practice and he needs to play games in order to get match fit. And I think that's a huge statement on from Ten Hag coming from a manager. And
Yeah, that's still okay because he has not played preseason. He has not trained. We can at least think some
but
reason.
a player
There's
like
one more
Ronaldo is
thing.
not going to accept such statements from the manager for sure.
Yeah, he's
because
not going to accept, but that is
he's
also
already in a state of mind
okay.
to leave the club.
Yeah, he was already not because of this statement. He was already planning to leave the club before itself.
Right.
I think he would have had plans the day when it was finalized that we are not going to make it to Champions League.
But
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm
but
not
that
sure
is
what United go. United.
that is not
How,
a big break deal breaker. But he made a statement today. I mean, he said Cristiano Ronaldo left after the halftime with
right.
the friendly match. So Ten Hag came out and commented that he's not happy with the players who left. But
There's already friction between Ronaldo and Ten Hag right now.
yeah, it will be there. I
I don't
mean,
think
it
it's
has to
right.
be there. I
I
think
don't
it
think it's
is
right on
right.
Ronaldo's part to leave match in the halftime.
Yeah,
I don't
correct.
think that's the right way to do it, but I think it's the right way to come out and tell the statements to the media. It's right. It's on the right side from Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag is actually being open and honest with United fans. I think he needs players who listens to him and who adopts his playing style. I don't think he actually complements the bunch of egos that United have right now. I think he needs players who listens to him and who plays according to his philosophy. And I think that's where Christian Eriksen, Donny van de Beek, Frankie de Jong, and Lisandro Martinez comes into the picture. I think, yes, they made a good signings, but as you said, they haven't made a proper signing that directly comes and plays in the playing 11. As you said,
Yeah,
yes, made a backup signings, a luxury signings, but not a mandatory signings. I don't think even Martinez is gonna play in the playing 11 right now. If Harry Maguire and Varane are fit, I think Maguire is gonna lead the team as a captain, and Varane for sure is gonna pair up with Maguire at the centre back. I don't think
that's a
Martinez straight
that's one
away.
more big disappointment. Announcing Harry Maguire as captain.
Certainly, Harry
I,
Maguire is at all a captain material, and I don't understand why a club like United have
yeah, they
captain.
keep persisting on him. I think this is a decision on the board. I don't think Eric Ten Hag will come to the ground and say Harry Maguire will be my captain based on the clear performance. I don't think Ten Hag will say that. I think it's
No, yeah.
something that came down from the board. That's the only chance
I
I think.
think the problem with United and, for example, Spurs is that they want to make the England players as captains. Else, it wouldn't have been Harry Maguire, certainly, because there are some great players like Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes. Yes, Maguire was made as captain before Ronaldo's arrival and Bruno Fernandes' arrival, but they already have David De Gea, who is like a huge servant of Man United from almost a decade. And he should have been a captain, not Harry Maguire, certainly, because he hasn't performed anything. He hasn't brought a trophy to United for the huge price tag that he was bought in for. And he was touted as the next Rio Ferdinand or Vidic, but I think he has become a Phil Jones kind of player.
Yeah, I think playing on the ground he might improve or he might not improve, but knowing whether he's a captain material or not, it can be known from a couple of matches. But he has been a captain for the season, and we know he's not a captain material for United. But
Right.
still, they insist on having him as a captain. God knows how it's going to end this season. If he doesn't play well this season, fans are going to what do I want to say? I mean, pissed off is a very polite way to say. It's a very least thing to say. They are already pissed off with Maguire, and if he doesn't play, I don't know what will happen to him. I
And I
mean,
think it's going to be the same because he's still a captain and it's still going to be the same with Harry Maguire.
so let's see.
I
So
think it's one of the worst transfers that United have ever done.
yeah, for 80 million, it's too much.
I
Yeah,
think they
I
just
don't know.
went behind him because he's an English centre back who was playing well for Leicester City, but he's not a Manchester United captain material for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's one of
But
the very.
I'm not sure. What would you say, Pawan? What would be playing 11 for Manchester United?
It's a tough question now. I do not know who is going to come in. Or De Jong is going to come in. So let's hope De Jong is going to come in, or let's hope he's not coming.
I
In.
highly doubt. I highly doubt that transfer will go through
Yeah, let's hope he's not coming in and see.
because
So obviously,
there is a catch
yeah,
over there that if De Jong has to leave to Man United, it will only happen if Bernardo Silva will come to Barcelona from Manchester City.
I don't think so. There is any such league.
Yes,
I don't
no.
think.
Bernardo Silva is being touted by Barcelona from the
Yeah,
very.
he was being touted, but I don't think City is going to sell him. Even if they sell him, I think I'm
Even
not
Silva
sure.
want to leave.
It's completely
Even Bernardo Silva
dependent.
want to leave City from last season. Even
Mm,
Guardiola told
yeah,
that yes, he wants for a change of place. but there isn't a stance from Manchester City or Guardiola saying that Bernardo Silva is untouchable. There was no such
Hmm.
statement. If Barcelona are
Yeah,
gonna
I think
going for
maybe
Bernardo
Barca,
Silva,
maybe Barcelona plan on buying him once they sell De Jong off to Man United. But
I think it will only happen the other way, Pawan. If
no,
Bernardo
no.
Silva
I think De Jong transfer was put on hold because of the wages that they have to pay him. He was demanding all the wage cuts that he needs to get paid, and also some signing bonus something was not paid to him. I think that was the
I
reason
think
he was not
right.
willing to come out of Barcelona. Otherwise, I don't know why there is so much delay. There have been reports that both the teams have agreed for the fee, but on the player
It's also
level,
the
it
case
was
that De Jong doesn't want to come to Manchester United because United is not playing in the Champions League. That's a
yeah.
fair point.
There may be many reasons, but these
Yeah.
reasons and all were not coming out. The only reason that was out in the media was that he was demanding for the wages if he was to leave Barcelona. All the wages that he needs to get paid. He was
Barcelona are
demanding for that.
ready to keep De Jong, but they want him to accept half his current salary,
Yeah.
which is currently being done with other Barcelona players like Jordi Alba, Gerard Piqué, Sergio Busquets, Sergio Roberto. So all these players have accepted a pay cut, and that's how they have actually registered players like Ferran Torres and Adama Traore last season, and Aubameyang as well.
Yeah.
I
So
think
let's
yeah, it's. I think
so
let's
let's
move on to
let,
the other big teams.
what else we have left? Arsenal.
We
If we
have
consider
yes, Arsenal.
if we consider it a
Arteta is
big team.
being Arteta is signing in players from Manchester City, the backup left back like Alexander Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. I think Gabriel Jesus is going to be a huge hit for Arsenal because he has showed his metal
Yeah.
this season. He's going to be a huge hit. Gabriel Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli as a front three. It's going to be very good for Arsenal, but I'm not sure how Arteta's Arsenal is going to play in the Premier League, but I'm
They
edging them.
even signed another attacking midfielder.
They
I forgot his
have
name.
they already made
They
him
are
as a captain, the Martin Odegaard. I think he's going to be a good attacking midfielder.
yeah, they
But
have Odegaard. They have what is his name? Another attacking midfielder they have, right? They bought him from the youth setup, I guess.
they bought in. It's not Vitinha, it's Vieira. I guess I don't remember his name, but
Yeah, they
yeah.
bought Vieira. I'm not talking about Vieira. There's one more attacking midfielder that played last season. He was a good player. Forgot his name.
It's Emil Smith Rowe.
Yeah, Smith Rowe. Yeah, they have Smith
Yeah.
Rowe. They have Odegaard, and now they bought Vieira. All of them are attacking midfielders.
It's going to be a young squad, but very talented and very gifted squad.
But I don't know who's there in their defense. They tried to get Lisandro Martinez, but we stole it from them, and
I think they're going
have
to go with Gabriel, and I'm not sure if they're going to go with the back three, but let's see how it goes. But I think they have a very good. Yes, from the defense standpoint, yes, they're not so good at defense.
Yeah, defensive they're very poor. I think
they're going to go with Gabriel and Ben White again.
Yeah, even midfield is not that great. I mean, behind the attacking midfield, so they have played El Nini few times last season, and I don't know whom they'll play there. They still have Saka.
Yeah, they still have Zaka.
Okay, maybe he'll play. I do not know, but yeah, in the midfield and defensive, they look a bit weaker.
They have Thomas Partey, who's a very good defensive midfielder.
They had him last season too, but I do not know why he didn't. I thought he was making to make a big impact at Arsenal, but he didn't make that much of a big impact last season.
Right.
So let's see.
Let's see how Arsenal turns up in the Premier League.
So I hope you all have enjoyed this session, and we'll try to come up with more exciting sessions in coming days once the season starts. Thanks all.
Thank you, guys. Bye.